Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and we are back for another Game of Thrones reaction video. And today we are here with the season finale for season 2. It's episode
Woo!
10, Valar Morghulis. And as usual, I am joined by my co-host Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
How's it going? I mean, we finally made it to the finale of season 2. We had that
Yeah.
very, very wild last episode, so I'm sure that we'll wrap some things up with this finale, and then we'll move on to some new storylines.
Yes, so episode 9, Blackwater, was a battle episode. The battle
Yeah.
for King's Landing took up the entire episode 9, in which Stannis Baratheon arrived in his siege to take the throne. But Tyrion had quite the hot surprise for him as he launched wildfire to blow up and burn down a decent portion of his fleet. Then the battle ensued at the gates of King's Landing, where Joffrey ran away scared. The Hound said, "Peace, I'm up and out of here." Cersei was just mentally tormenting Sansa before preparing to kill herself and her son. And Tyrion on the front lines got slashed down at the very end of the fight, all before Tywin Lannister arrived with the Tyrells as reinforcement to force Stannis to retreat. So we do not have a new king entering episode 10. So we shall see. We'll pick up on all the other storylines that were not shown in episode 9 and potentially wrap up and continue on with the story at King's Landing as well. So let's get into this finale.
Dun, 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 dun. You wake up and just see that staring at you. Oh, well, I didn't know he was going to have bandages, but I did say he was going to have bandages, maybe.
Did.
A really scary looking bandage, John.
These are your new chambers. A little cramped,
Would he
perhaps.
get a demotion?
You don't need much room, do you? You are no longer a hand of the king.
Oh, he did. Whoops. All right. Horse in the throne room. Tywin Lannister's just like, I'm gonna let my horse just do whatever it wants.
I do hereby proclaim my grandfather, Tywin Lannister, the savior of the city and the hand of the king.
Oh man, his dad took his job. Like, come on, man. You know, just come into the city and save everybody and take your job. I mean, I don't think they're gonna get along.
No, Tywin pulling a power move, riding in on that horse, I feel like.
Yeah, why would you, like, what other reason would you need to walk in on your horse?
The whole realm is in your debt, none more so than I.
Give him the power of the Iron
If your
Fist.
family would ask anything of me, ask it. I too have heard tales.
Man,
of your beauty and grace.
Joffrey going from Sansa to Marjorie.
Tales do not do you justice, my lady.
Come on. Oh, come on,
His
Sansa.
brother is in open rebellion against
gonna
the
sit there and
throne
let this
as we
happen?
speak.
Free you from any promise you have made to them.
Cersei has
The
just
sight
death
of
glare in
the
her.
gods.
She should have went with the Hound. Should have went with the Hound.
He'll still enjoy beating you. And
Why would you say that?
Just like your mother did at your age. I can see so much of her in you.
Okay, it's starting to get weird.
She was like a sister to me.
Like a sister.
For her sake. Look around you. We're all liars here. And every one of us is better than you.
Jesus Christ, man.
No need for that.
Oh God. No, what's Varys up here
Tell
doing?
me if working for Lord Baelish has been all you'd hoped it would be.
You're afraid?
That's awkward.
Your current employer hides his very well.
Varys and Littlefinger just being shady against each other once again.
I'm strong enough.
Not interested.
Of course you are.
Jamie.
You know what it feels like to be a woman. Tell yourself that tonight when they swing in your dreams.
Man, I mean,
Never
this,
again.
Jamie just being an asshole.
We shouldn't stay here. We should get back on the river.
I don't give the orders. It must be important to someone.
Send it in with you. How important could he be?
Come on, just fight him and get it over with.
Have it your way.
I hope you gave them quick deaths.
2 of them we did, yeah.
Wait! That's Jamie Lannister!
Wait.
Well, all right. Oh. Oh. Well.
2 quick deaths.
Oh, not looking good. Brienne's about that action. This is gonna be an awkward conversation.
If your father lived his life for one
My father
thing...
is dead, and the only parent I have left has no right to call anyone reckless.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Rob said, screw that deal that was made.
Honestly, I mean, I agree. Screw it. Well, he went back to the Red Woman.
Flames lied. As their brothers burnt alive, and for what? Attacked from behind by Tywin Lannister and the Tyrells.
And
If you see
what?
so much in your flames, why don't you warn
The
me?
Lord of Light only allows me
Who
glimpses.
knew
Great to
Stannis
speak
was so
for a
hip
god.
to lingo?
Will you quit
I
the
know.
war just because you've lost a
You
battle?
talk about murdered my brother.
And you did.
Pretty much.
Because you are the son of fire. You are the warrior.
Foreboding
of light.
premonition again.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
will sweep
But the thing is, like,
aside
some of that
the
stuff she
night
said
at
before
night.
didn't really happen, or come true.
You will be killed. Let me show you.
Oh god, they're gonna make another shadow demon. Well, all right. I guess they're on good terms again. Oh god, what's Theon up to?
500 Northmen wait outside the walls. You have 20 men. You can't win.
That's it.
Wait for nightfall and run.
The Greyjoy who ran. The shame of the family.
I thought he was kind of already the shame of the
Go
family,
home.
right?
Well,
Join
pretty
the
much.
Night's Watch.
Not a good
Once
option
man
there.
has taken the black. You're not the man you're pretending to be. Not yet.
At least he's giving him some
You may be right.
solid advice.
I've gone too far to pretend to be anything else.
Well, I guess he's not gonna listen. Oh, thank God. Glad somebody did it. What a punk.
What are you doing?
Oh no!
Or what?
It's just like, screw him in particular.
Like, what was the point of stabbing him? That was
And he's gonna.
so unnecessary.
The hell, man? What did he do?
Why should I believe you?
The gold cloaks are now firmly in the hands of your father or your sister. It
Man,
varies
Tywin
from
just
cloak
came
to
in and
cloak.
took all of his
The
power
Nile
away.
tribesmen.
Have gone home, that we will not forget.
Well,
Come
at
along.
least Tyrion has that to live with. And no, none of the recognition.
Leave the city and get this.
What they look like under there. What are we working with?
Ugh.
All right, put it back on. Never mind.
You are a mess.
At least she's honest.
I'm a
Yeah.
monster, as well as a dwarf.
Poor Tyrion. I hope he doesn't permanently look like
On the
that.
sides of the seven,
Yay, marriage.
look upon
Yay.
one another.
He said, I don't care
Say
about
the
this
words.
damn arrangement. I'm getting married.
Be moving.
Try and,
Quick!
try and stop me.
Warrior.
Yeah! Woo. Get those dragons, girl. You can pick up that pace, Jorah. Where did she go?
You want me? Here I am, you
Dragon.
little girl!
Poor Khaleesi. She's in like a horror movie.
Oh.
Talking Jagar. It's up there.
He said, yo.
Yeah, what's up with this dude?
How do you know we'd come this way?
After all the things you have seen, this is your question.
How did you kill those guards?
To be a faceless man? That is something else entirely.
Faceless man, huh?
The girl has many names on her lips. Just give that coin to any man from Bravos and say these words to him. Valar Morghulis.
He said it. What does this word mean? These words. Oh.
Farewell.
So, okay. Damn. He can change his face. So that's what they mean by the faceless man. I mean, kind of a downgrade of a face, I feel.
Yep.
I go from...
Put the other one back up.
Oh, yeah. Can you just, like, is it like a slot machine? Can I say it again and you get another one? Fascinating. I want to know more about these faceless people.
I've seen both your faces almost every day since, and for that I consider myself very, very lucky. Go now with Hodor.
Oh, that sucks.
Do it quickly.
Yeah, well, I guess it's mercy.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. It still sucks. Yay, cart.
Hodor's like, I'm tired of this. We're gonna have to find you a
we're
cart to put.
We're gonna have to make you portable somehow. I'll wheel you around. Khaleesi up here in this, like, horror movie.
Maze. Yeah, like you said, a jigsaw puzzle.
Seems like a little bit of foreshadowing on the Iron Throne. What does this mean? this vision, or whatever you want to call it. You're so close to the Iron Throne. More snow.
This is the drawbridge beyond that leads you beyond the wall.
All right. Oh no! It's their baby and Khal Drogo. This is all not real. little baby with all that hair.
Oh.
Oh, they're back. Yay. They're adorable.
Like, hey, Ma.
Yeah, where you been? They were chained up though.
They missed their mother.
Oh God.
They
Guy
want
again.
to be with you. You want to be with them?
Oh God. And this stuff again.
You will be with them. And we will be with you.
Oh God, no.
Until time comes to an end.
Guy needs to go.
Oh.
Oh. What are they gonna do?
Dracarys.
Uh-oh. No, never mind.
Oh.
Oh. Alright. There it goes. Oh! High freeze not doing too well now. Unleash all the fire. Yes. Ooh, not that too much. Alright. Badass.
Little
Dragon
still got that fire.
Dragon saved the day. What a punch for being so small.
We should be there by sundown.
Great, we're back with these people.
Won't be up on that for you. Manson knows how to
Just
make
walking.
sing. Not talking's not the way to go.
Jeez. Just beating them over the head. Finally having a fight. There we go. Take him out. Well, don't go after John. He's gonna have to fight his fellow night watchman. Ooh.
You trained your father teach you that.
Well, now he has to die. He's made it personal. Oh. Well, you lose. That's what you get. Talking all that trash.
Oh yeah, the watches on the wall.
All right, so I guess we're cool now.
Time to meet the king beyond the wall.
Oh.
Oh, this should be fun.
Come.
Oh. So there actually are more people.
That was that little girl that was in there too.
Yeah.
Little nasty.
Give me all your loot.
See what you got in here.
I'll be taking this, whatever is in here.
The Dothraki are more than happy to do it.
Yeah. What's mine? Door number 1. What if it's like nothing? You just lied.
Well.
Oh. Alright. Well, now she's extra pissed.
I'm King of Karth. I can help you.
In you go.
Truly help.
That's what you get.
Learn no mercy.
Hi.
Now you can be in that dungeon with all your supposed riches.
Broke bitches don't get no love here. Sorry.
Khaleesi don't want no scrubs.
Literally.
Oh, now they're allowed to take
Now,
the
yeah,
loot.
now we can take. Now we're gonna take everything.
Say, you know what?
Looks real enough to me.
Let's see what we can carry out of here.
Zara was whack. He was all talk. Yeah.
Jorah's hyped about it too.
Now he is. Yeah. Oh, little cute dragons just get to walk around.
They're back.
Just chilling. They're all
They
happy.
have their chains. Got their first kill under their belt.
Yeah, they roasted that man.
I thought we were coming north to fight wildlings.
I guess I have been wondering what they've been up to.
If you step back and think about it, the thing about Gilly that's so interesting.
Oh God, here we go again with Gilly.
No, truly.
Why?
Let him kill
The
me.
thing about it that I find so interesting.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Samwell, but like, we need to drop this Gilly stuff.
6 words to you.
She said 6 words.
And
These people are done. They are
Honestly.
tired of hearing about this Gilly.
They're probably just going to kill him if he keeps talking about it.
He's drawn the half hand. 3 blasts.
Uh-oh. Samwell knows.
Better start moving, Sam.
I know. Well,
What
he's
you
the one
doing?
that knows
I
what
know.
it is.
But you the slowest of them all. You better move.
Yeah. Uh-oh. And he fell, of course. Typical horror movie logic. They're just, you're on your own.
Don't be yelling their names. You just gotta get up and keep going.
Uh-oh. He's just lost them now.
Running for your life, Samuel. What you doing?
Why is he looking around? Run. Run. Run, fool.
Sam, go.
Run the direction those other people were. Ooh, who are these established gentlemen? Ah, not gentlemen at all. Zombies, it looks like. What do they call them? White Walkers? And a horse? They got a White Walker horse? Run! Run, man! I mean, this guy seems to be the leader. I think I'm most scared of him. Damn, there's a lot of them. Not looking too good for Samwell. Man, oh man. Oh my God, there's so many. Jeez, that's a lot of people. Oh, that's not that's a good cliffhanger to hang on. The White Walkers are back.
They're back.
I mean, I don't know what that means for Samwell. He's kind of just chilling, like waiting to die, I guess. He's not gonna take on like 400 White Walkers. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. How did you feel about that as a season finale?
I thought it was a pretty good finale overall. I mean, I think overall I thought the last episode was better, but like I still think this is a really good finale and gives us at least some fun tidbits to ponder about leading into season 3. I guess the benefit of watching this later on is that I don't really have to wait that long
You have to wait a
find out what
year
happens
after
next.
seeing this.
Yeah, so I guess to my benefit that I watched it so much later, I don't have to really wait super duper long to find out what happens next, as opposed to watching it live. Because if I watched that live, I've been like, oh my God, these White Walkers. Let's talk about these White Walkers for like a year leading up to the next season.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a really good episode overall. For the most part, some of the storylines that started off in the season did cap off nicely when it comes to, like Daenerys. I guess Jon Snow's didn't really anything along the wall didn't really wrap up. It kind of just had
opened up really.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'd say it's more of it was more like it didn't close, but like the hole was blown open for way more storyline with all these White Walkers.
This episode saw Tyrion kind of wrap up his season 2 storyline. So his story kind of got a full arc. He was Hand of the King for one full season, and now
Basically.
it's taken away from him.
By his dad, of all people.
He was the most heroic person in that damn battle, and they demote him and send him off, treat him like crap.
I know, like that's like terrible. Like, how are you gonna do that to him? You know.
So Shay tries to convince him to just leave. The two of them run away. Tyrion says, "I love action." Basically,
Yeah, he loves being
I love
smart.
being in the mess. So
He
I
loves
gotta
it.
stay.
He loves the mess.
So how do you feel about Tyrion? And I guess his whole arc of the season.
Well, his arc was pretty good as a whole. I mean, from the beginning of the to the end, when it comes to his evolution, going to be the Hand of the King and just kind of do it. He did a really great job as Hand of the King. That's why it's, I guess, so unfortunate that he's been fired basically by his dad replacing him, because he got shit done. I mean, for lack of a better word, he got shit done this season when it comes to taking out the bad people and doing his excellent wheeling and dealing, kind of on the table and off the table when it comes to stuff with Lancel and threatening him and getting info, and stuff like that, and hiding Shay. And it's just unfortunate. I mean, especially because the last 2 or 3 episodes were so great with his storyline, figuring he would, I guess it's the opposite of what you would expect. He was heroic and brave, and he saved the day basically. And instead of being showered with praise and glowing recommendations from the people around him, instead he gets thrown into a crappy room with bandages on his head and he loses his job. So I don't know. I mean, it sucks for Tyrion. I'm glad that he lived, of course, because he's probably one of my favorite characters of the show so far. But it just sucks. It just sucks seeing such a great arc end in such a way. Not because it was badly written or anything. It was written well, but it's just not the outcome I liked because I like his character.
Well, we see that Littlefinger's scheming with Tywin Lannister paid off, as the Tyrells are now here in King's Landing, and Joffrey cuts Sansa loose and says he's going to go ahead and marry Marjorie Tyrell instead, which makes Sansa laugh. She seems kind of happy until Littlefinger's like, he's still going to beat you, and
yeah, you're not actually free.
And he makes the offer, much like the Hound did, saying, I can get you out of here. Let me do a favor to your mother and get you back to your family, in which she also declines his offer. So how do you feel about that?
I guess I was a little bit surprised at the way that it unfolded, because it was cool to see the Tyrells kind of join the main storyline in King's Landing when it comes to talking with Joffrey and all them. I guess it's nice. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like Loras and Marjorie from what we've seen so far. I just I don't know what's the point in that sense. I feel like it kind of sucks that Marjorie's gonna take on this new role, marry Joffrey potentially instead of Sansa. I guess it sucks for Sansa.
Queen, so
I mean, that is what she wants. I get the power aspect, but it's just like, I don't know. I mean,
you don't know what you're getting yourself into, girl.
That's what I mean. Like, she has no idea.
He's not Renly.
That's like a complete opposite spectrum when it comes to a king, because Renly, although he was, gay, he was still a really good character. He was a nice, overall, like a nice person. Whereas, like, it's a complete opposite with Joffrey, who has no morals. He's terrible, abuses everyone. I mean, of course she wants the job, but I mean, the stuff that comes along with the job, I think, is kind of crappy. So I don't know. I think Sansa should have taken the way out. I mean, either way, I mean, she's gotten these quote unquote get out of jail free cards, and she's kind of turned them down. I don't know what the end game is, I guess, in this sense for her, and when it comes to where is it leading? Like, what does she think is going to happen if she stays in King's Landing with Joffrey and all them, like, just to be abused more by everyone, especially because now that she's especially fallen out of favor, now that she's not like going to marry Joffrey, I don't know what really entails for her in this area. But I mean, I hope that she's fine, because I actually did think overall her arc was much better in season 2 as opposed to season 1. I guess we'll find out in later seasons what the end game is for her when it comes to staying in King's Landing.
And we saw Varys continue to wheel and deal. First, he pays a visit to Tyrion, but then he had that discussion with Ros, trying to pull Ros into his favor away from Littlefinger. What were your thoughts with Varys this episode?
It's interesting seeing his shady wheelings and dealings. I will be intrigued to see what the purpose is to bring Ros over to his side compared to Littlefinger. I guess by default, Varys is probably the better option, especially because we saw Littlefinger like threaten her really badly many times, and it's just intriguing to see what I guess Varys really wants out of this deal and bringing Roz. I guess it was nice of him to have that interaction with Tyrion and actually kind of show some appreciation for what Tyrion did, and then bring Shay in along as well.
And we did see Brienne and Jaime on the move. They come across these 3 dead women and soon get the men who killed them. And they discover that it is the Kingslayer, Jaime Lannister, and of course they want to kill him.
Everybody seems to.
And they get themselves mowed down in the process.
And I don't know why people keep testing Brienne at this point.
She just mows them down.
I've not seen her struggle taking on anyone at this point so far.
But it was a nice moment for her. Yeah, how do you feel about our little interaction with Brienne and Jaime?
I think they have fun banter. I guess because Jaime is such like a cocky, arrogant kind of person, and Brienne kind of just shuts that all down, and she knows that she can shut it all down, especially in the predicament they're in. I guess it was the right thing to do. It's just a shame that like those people had to go and run their mouths and get themselves killed in the process.
You could have just walked on by. Great. She kept trying to just, like, leave us alone.
Don't mess with Brienne. He has mowed down every single person in her way, like whether it be Loras in their battle in the beginning when they're introduced, and then all of the battles between so far. I mean, she hasn't been in too many battles, but I mean,
every time
she's never not had the upper hand. It seems like.
And even when she's not battling, she's shown. She's like stepped up to these men who keep talking crazy and being like, "Do it again."
I mean, that's what I mean. Like she doesn't take anything. She doesn't take anything from anybody at all.
Yeah. So then we got a little bit with Catelyn and Robb, where Catelyn is advising him not to marry Talisa, saying this is not the right move. If you don't uphold your bargains, none of your men will either. And Robb is basically just like, listen, where did I get father? And now I'm left with you, who just let Jaime go behind my back. So
yeah. So you're not much better right now.
And then we see it. They're moving on. They wasted no time. Robb grabbed Talisa and ran to that altar. We saw the wedding take place.
Yeah, literally. There were no downtime or anything.
So how'd you feel about Robb, Catelyn, and Talisa this episode with the little bit we got?
It's tough because it's one of those situations where it's like, I'm happy for Robb and Talisa, but at the same time, I do kind of wonder, and I'm worried because maybe Catelyn does have a point when it comes to Walter Frey and supposed to marry his daughter. I'm kind of concerned of, I guess, going forward, that's really actually going to bite them in the back when it comes to Robb just saying, screw you, I'm going to run off and marry her anyway. It's a conflict of interest for me because I do like them together and I like Robb. I think he's doing a great job over there, but maybe Catelyn does have a point because it seems like Catelyn overall seems like a much better strategical leader. It's kind of like in the same vein. It reminds me of like at the end of the first season when Cersei, was trying to be more, tactical and trying to be like, Joffrey, don't kill Ned Stark. That's a really bad strategic move to kill Ned Stark. And he just says, screw it and does it anyway. So it's kind of like, it reminded me of that. It reminded me of that, maybe to a lesser degree. I mean, maybe it could, maybe not. I mean, Walter Frey might, start a war with them because you won't marry my daughter. But one of the ones I'm more conflicted on because it's like, for me, I like them together, but the strategic element of it when it comes to that stuff, I'm not sure about if it will come back to bite them in the end.
Then we saw just a little tidbit of Stannis and the Red Woman Melisandre. And he's very upset with Melisandre. He says, you lied to me. You told me I win the war. Starts choking her out, saying, where's your God now?
Yeah, he was a little angry.
And it's kind of like, brah, you left her behind. Maybe she could have.
Literally.
You left her on the shore. Maybe if you had brought her, she could have helped you out. But then shows him the magical flames.
I mean, I would have loved to have seen what he saw. It would have helped me understand.
He's convinced. She got him back on her side. We didn't get much with them, but how'd you feel about that interaction?
I mean, it was fine. I mean, I figured Stannis was kind of just going to retreat and just, sulk. And that's kind of what he did. He was just very bitter. He was bitter about losing to the point where he had to go, I guess, run back to Melisandre because they just left her there.
A little bit of remorse about killing his brother for this.
I mean, I guess. I mean, well,
it was very little bit. It was very little.
I feel like it was only slight remorse because he did it and he didn't win.
Yeah, he
like,
lost.
You know,
That's why.
if he had won and done it, and like, well, I'm the king now, so who cares? But since he lost, now he has some remorse for being a terrible person and using magic to kill one of his brothers. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The Baratheons in general, they don't seem like very nice people, except for Renly. Renly was like, I feel like Renly
The nice
was like the
one
only
is the one dead.
That's what I mean. I guess that's what you get for being nice in Game of Thrones.
But then above the wall, we saw Jon continuing on, walking a little bit more in the snow.
He loves his walking this season, I must say.
With Ygritte, who's just sitting there, like, purposefully annoying him for no good reason.
Bashing him in the head.
Getting on his nerves. I guess that's how she's flirting. I don't know. But then the other guy from the Night's Watch decides he's going to attack.
I know, like out of nowhere.
So he attacks Jon and gets real down and dirty with him, forcing Jon to kill him. But he kind of reveals it through him saying that Night's Watch thing. Kind of a strategic, like, get their favor thing. He sacrifices himself for Jon to get favor with the wildlings.
I guess.
They burn his body, and Ygritte says, time to meet Mance Rayder, the king beyond the wall. So how'd you feel about Jon's little storyline up there?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, if I'm being honest, Jon Snow's storyline this season hasn't been one of my favorites out of all the storylines going
Probably
on.
your least favorite?
I don't know. It's down there. I don't know if it would be my least favorite overall, but it's not one of my favorites at least. I'm liking the development. It's definitely like a slow development, but I think the payoff will probably be substantial. That we're finally getting moving, and he does have his fun little battle, and we're getting to where we're supposed to be getting to when it comes to Mance Rayder and all that stuff. I guess I'm just concerned, especially with the way that the episode ended. We'll get into that, but you're in a bad place to be right now with what we saw at the end of the last episode. This episode, I mean.
And the Winterfell storyline saw Theon listen to everything, all this great advice Maester Luwin gave him, and says, you know what, you're right, I've gone too far, I can't go back now, let's just do it all. So
he just said YOLO.
He heads out the next day, gives this, rousing speech to his troops.
Terrible.
Before one of his own men knocks him upside the
bashed him and let's just get it over with.
They caught him capture, basically, or handed him over, saying, here you go, let us go and take him, we're out of here.
I mean, that's the way to do it. Screw this, we're going home. Take him, we'll be on our way. Great.
Unfortunately,
strategic move.
They just had to ruin the moment by stabbing Maester Luwin when he comes out there.
For no reason. Like, for literally no reason. Just like he's walking out. He's just walking out there chilling, just stab. Like, what?
Great.
He's an old man.
One more kill in, I guess, before you leave. Yeah, this little harmless old man.
Yeah, not like he was gonna fight you to the death or anything. He was just an old wise man just walking in.
Osha, Bran, Rickon, and Hodor find him out by the tree. We get this really kind of touching moment with him and the kids before he asks Osha to just kill him. Also asks Osha to keep watch over them and protect them as they
speed up the process. Yeah.
So apparently they're heading up, hopefully to try to find Jon Snow at the wall. So how'd you feel about Theon's entire arc of this season? Being sent off to negotiate, ultimately betraying Robb for his trying to make it up to his father, overthrowing Winterfell and killing people, and then being a captive, presumably, by the end of the season.
That's what I mean. It's such a weird arc for him this season because he had a good arc in the first season, and then he just has a complete heel turn in season 2 and tries to gain favor with his family that didn't want him anyway. So it just seems kind of weird to me to try and win back the family that didn't really want or like you in the first place. And I guess in the long run, it didn't really benefit him because he got captured and they just said, screw you. We're just going
his own people turned on him again. So
that's what I mean. I feel like at this point, that's tough because it's obviously it didn't work out. I don't know if I want him to be good again after all the crappy things he did in this season. I don't know if they're going to forgive him, if he wants to be forgiven. Yeah. So maybe he'll just be on his own or something.
According to pretty much all of the people in the North, he killed Bran and Rickon. They don't know that those two kids are still alive. So
yeah, and Robb Stark is also mad because he just betrayed him, and then on top of that, killing of his probably brothers that he knows about, which is also pretty bad.
And we got Arya, Gendry, and Hot Pie on the road, little team moving.
A little bit, we got a little bit of them, yeah.
And then we see Jack and Hagar meet up with Arya once again, and he gives her this mysterious coin saying, if you find anyone from Bravos and you say Valar Morghulis to them, they will bring you to me. They will help you. And she learns a little bit about the faceless men, which we see Jaqen able to switch his face up.
I guess that's the secret to how he can kill people so easily. He can just be anyone.
Well, we do see, another Stark girl decline an invitation because she's like, oh, Jaqen, I want to learn all of this killing. I want to be like you and be able to do all these things. He's like, well, come with me. If you come with me, I'll teach you. And she's like, well, no, I have to go find my mother and brother. So all these Stark girls just denying all the invitations.
I know. I mean, it's crazy because like the women Starks, it seems like so far they've just really just turned down any sort of offers that they've gotten so far from people, while the men Starks, they're just off in war. I guess Bran and Rickon, well, they're kind of in the middle of that. I guess they're kind of just tagging along with Hodor and Osha and Rickon trying to survive.
How do you feel about that situation? The faceless man, Jaqen, and Arya.
I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, I think the faceless man, whichever term you want to use, I think that they're very fascinating. I want to learn more. I want to learn more about them.
You're like, I want to go with you.
That's what I mean. Like that sounds cool as hell, and especially the fact that he did, he showed the face change. I guess it was kind of surprising. I didn't know what they meant. I guess I figured what they meant by faceless man, but I didn't know he was going to just straight up do it like that. I'm hoping that that means that we'll eventually see him down the road now that he has that coin. If ever she cashes it in, so to speak, then he'll show up. I guess maybe hope for him to show up at some point in the future. I don't know where Arya and their storyline's going because they're going to have to go find. I guess they're have to go find Rob and Catelyn.
Right, and then Daenerys had quite an eventful little episode. She was brought into the House of the Undying by magical means right from the get-go. And when she gets in there, it's like this big old maze that she's trying to navigate. She opens this door and it gives her basically 3 visions. The first, she walks into the throne room, which looks like it's been under attack. The ceiling is gone.
Yeah.
It is snowing, snow
demolished,
coming in from the ceiling. And there she sees the Iron Throne that she's working towards, walks up to it. Then she hears something that keeps her from actually taking the Iron Throne or sitting on it or touching it. So she heads that way. You see the second part of her vision is the wall, and she is journeying beyond the wall.
as we always see, I guess.
Yes, and that leads her to a tent with Khal Drogo and their little baby Rhaego in there, and she has that little moment before she doesn't make that choice to stay with them, kind of pulls herself out of this romanticized vision she was given, heads back in to find her little dragons have returned. They're all chained up, little prisoners.
Little baby dragon chains.
But she soon finds herself chained up as Pyapri says, our magic came back with your dragons, and they are strongest with you, so you get to stay here with me forever. And she says, well, no.
Actually, yeah.
Actually, let's try again. And she says the word. We heard her saying it once when the little black one was trying to fire his little meat.
It sounds like it's some sort of command. Fire, basically.
Yeah. So she gives the command. He tries once. It's just a little puff of smoke. And all 3 of them unleash the full power of their little tiny dragon lungs.
Literally, I mean, they're so tiny, but they pack quite a punch.
And Pyapri goes up in flames. And Daenerys walks up out of there and heads straight for Xaro. They steal that key from him, see her little Dothraki handmaiden who betrayed her for Xaro, and they go ahead and just steal those riches he talked about.
And he didn't have any.
Except Psyche, he was a complete con man and liar. So Daenerys throws both of them in there and locks the door.
Yeah, bye. That's what you get.
Before she and her Dothraki raid the place and take everything they can.
They finally got their wish they wanted at the beginning when they first got there. I just want to steal everything.
So how did you feel about Daenerys this episode?
I think that she had overall my favorite part of the episode. I mean, I guess because I guess I'm a little biased because I'm a horror fan, but I like the horror elements of it all when it comes to her kind of just navigating through this maze of a building, and then all of the fun little visions we got. I'm sure. I guess I have to make a mental note of some of these visions. I mean, maybe the first one because Khal Drogo's dead. So I don't think he's gonna come. So I don't really need to put that to memory, I guess. Stuff at the wall, and then stuff with the Iron Throne with the destroyed debris and all that. I guess I'll have to put that to memory in case like some of that happens in the future. If it was like a vision, of course, potential futures maybe. Except for the Khal Drogo one's not gonna happen. I did think it was awesome though, having her having her badass moment, well, badass moments, I guess I should say, because she had more than one. Where she finally gets her dragon, and Pyre Priest is just being a fool, not realizing that he's in the way of a bunch of fire flung at him. So I'm glad that she had her badass moment, and then she had it back to back another badass moment with Zaro. And the handmaiden just being like, all right, well, you don't have anything, so have fun in here. Close the door and take all the stuff in, probably leave. So they're going their venture. They got their boat on the way soon. So I'm excited to see where they go in next season. Jorah was hyped as well. So
Yeah, Jorah was all about that life this time round. And then finally, our last big storyline of the episode, we see Samwell, Gren, and Ed kind of talking, walking around. He's like, I thought we were going to fight wildlings up here. What are we doing up here?
I mean, that's what I thought. When we were up there this whole season.
And then Samwell goes back to talk about Gilly.
Again, I know.
But we then hear the 3 horns, which Samwell told us earlier this season that 3 sounds of the horns means White Walkers. And Ed and Gren, they don't waste any time. They book it. They start running.
They said, bye, we're out of here.
Samwell falling, like not getting up, just standing there.
Typical horror movie. The bad guys are coming and you fall.
So he starts running a little bit, but just is like, you know what? I'm too
I'll
slow.
just hide.
Let me hide behind this rock. And we see the army of the White Walkers coming through,
I know.
including, as you called him, the leader there on his really gruesome horse.
He had a horse. He had a zombie horse.
That horse design was gruesome. I was like, oh, geez.
I don't know any media I've ever seen like a zombie horse. So that's fun.
They are marching towards the wall, it appears, and
It's all looking good.
around Samwell and his rock. So how'd you feel about that ending?
As far as the ending goes, I'm worried for Sam. Hundreds of White Walkers around him. I don't know how he's going to get out of that one. Hopefully he just like plays dead or like throw some snow on him or something. Play dead or something. But they looked really scary. I'm excited to see what these White Walkers are up to next season because I know we got like little bits and pieces of a taste of them, and that's part of the reason why they burn everybody. So I don't know. They seem scary and they seem formidable because there's just so many of them, as we've seen. Strength in numbers, and they seem like they're very tough to kill. So the fact that there's that many of them and they're all coming towards the wall, not looking too good.
So now Sam joins John and Lord Mormont, at least, that have seen a White Walker with their own eyes.
Well, I mean, after just based on the number of them, I imagine there's going to be a whole lot more people that see them in the future. Just on the fact there's like hundreds of them.
Well, presumably somebody else saw them because they blasted that 3 horns. So somebody seen that they were there and knew that 3 horn thing because everybody else seemed to be so confused when Samwell said
They probably couldn't believe that they actually had to blow it 3 times. If it happens so rarely.
Yeah, so I guess just across the board, do you have any predictions as we head into season 3?
We're definitely going to get some White Walker action as they get closer to the wall. I think that that's going to be an interesting confrontation just because, they're undead and they seem very hard to kill. There's just so many of them. I don't know how they're going to fend off so many of them, especially as they seem to be quite strong and powerful, especially in numbers. Daenerys is going to go somewhere, I assume, with her newly found riches and boats, with her Dothraki. I don't know what Arya's up to. I mean, I guess she's going to try and find Robb and Catelyn and all them, but I don't know what that adventure entails. I don't know if that's going to entail as far as their storylines either, because I feel like it's a bad omen, even though I don't want it to be, that making Walder Frey angry because you didn't marry his daughter, you married someone else. That could be bad. So I don't know. Trying to think about the other storylines. I have no clue what Rickon and Hodor and all them are really going to do. They're just kind of just moseying around. They're kind of just moseying around, and we'll see where they end up, I guess. I mean, it sucks that Tyrion lost his job. I hope he like fights back at least and tries to get his job back, or at least some sort of nobility. As they kind of just stuck him in a broom closet and just moved on because he lost his job and he's messed up now. Well, Brienne and Jamie, I figure they'll eventually get to King's Landing. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens once they get Jamie back. You know, what that entails for everyone, especially since Tywin's there now.
Yeah.
Whether he'll be happy he's there, or he'll like yell at him, or he'll be yelling at him because he got captured, and whatever happens with Brienne.
All right. So for this season finale, this episode, who were your faves and least faves?
I think Daenerys is one of my favorites. I thought she had a really great part to the episode. You know, I think she's getting better almost every episode, at least the ones that she's featured in. I think Brienne's always great, even if she doesn't have like a ton of screen time. I just think she's really badass and fun and all that. Even Jon had a little bit better this episode. I had to think of like other characters that were in it. I mean, Tyrion was really good as well. It's just, he wasn't in a whole lot, and he kind of just was mopey because he lost his job.
It was just sad.
Which I understand. It's just it wasn't one of my favorite Tyrion episodes for many reasons. Least favorites, Joffrey still is pretty bad. Well, I guess it's like it's a combination once again of Cersei and Joffrey.
Just because Cersei just like staring Sansa down.
That's what I mean. Like she just has it out for her, like completely.
Seriously.
Like after all that BS they talked about last several episodes about how you gotta love Joffrey no matter what, and well, no, you don't have to love Joffrey, but you still have to be his queen, and teaching her how to like be like a queen and all that stuff, and then in the this episode being like, psych. Never mind, we don't want you at all. Yeah. We're gonna throw in Natalie Dormer's character instead, and she seems to be cool with it. So, but we're not gonna let you go though. So I don't know. As far as like people I disliked, I guess it would be them, and I guess Pyre Pre and Zaro. Sorry. Zaro especially because he ended up being like a complete liar, and so he ended up actually being like a broke person. Theon too. Theon was pretty crappy as well.
And it's
screw him.
Somewhere in the middle for you still.
Yeah, because he kind of just cowered away and retreated. I mean, he's not really a factor as much right now. I feel he doesn't really have much power anymore. He kind of just ran away with his tail tucked between his legs, and now he's all angry about it and yelling at the Red Woman about it, choking her. But I mean, it seems like he's come around because it seems like Melisandre's kind of just like brought him back to the positive side of the war thinking.
All right, well, that was it. We are through season 2 of Game of Thrones. Now, admittedly, we're on to one of my personal favorite seasons of the show.
Oh man, I better make sure I like it then.
So thank you all so much for watching this reaction and sticking through 2 seasons of the show with us thus far. Only 6 more to go. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos, including each and every one of our Game of Thrones reactions. Also, make sure that you follow and subscribe to Tyler. So Tyler, let them know where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me by searching up my name that you see on the screen. I have a same channel, movie reviews, show reacts, and all that stuff on there, and on Twitter and Instagram at It's Tyler Calvert.
All right, perfect. And make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think this was a strong finale to season 2? How do you feel about season 2 in general? Let us know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit either one of us up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.